You got me wild. I'm falling for you like snow for Christmas tree. I'm like Unai Emery saying good evening. I wanna roll up with my Ashton at your villa. Do you feel me? Is my lines killer enough? Chanel, Chanel, I can't change the Chanel. I'm so hooked to your tube.
Hello,
I could be
TikTok.
brown, I could be blue,
I
I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything I want.
I could be
I could be
violet
brown,
sky,
I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you want. Shout out to Mika for making this amazing music. The early 2000s had me bouncing till I turned on MTV and I saw Mika doing his thing. A Bohemian Rhapsody, a future version of me. Yo, shout out to you, you inspired us, and that's amazing. You inspired the new generation of weirdos and artists that wanted to be just like you. We gotta express our unique side and fly to the other side, other side, other side. Oh yeah. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to the TikTok family.
Angry doesn't solve anything.
What happens in Vegas?
Make very dumb decisions.
Baby, what happens in Vegas should stay in Vegas, baby. What happens in Vegas? What happens in Vegas is a film about a couple that are wrong for each other, but they might just end up being lovers. One is a screw-up, a man-child who doesn't want to grow up. The other is an executive type woman who has OCD, likes cleaning, likes to keep everything neat and tidy. Neat and tidy means dirty and filthy in this movie. Jason Sudeikis also makes an appearance. And of course, the legendary actor Treat Williams, Queen Latifah. The main stars, Ashton Kutcher and Cameron Diaz. Ashton Kutcher is known to be a bit of a stiffler. I mean, he's a prankster. He made Punked on MTV. You got punked. He was in the 70s show, and he gained a reputation for being a bit of a bully, you know, a good-looking bully. He changed his image, however, with 2.5 Men. In it, he went from being the bully to being the nerd. Well, that's absurd. Well, this is, you know, before the 2.5 Men revolution, before he played Steve Jobs, man. In this one, he is the biggest stifler in the world, a bully, a tyrant. And what happens is Cameron Diaz is dating this man called Jason Sudeikis. They're both chasing executive positions, and he gets a little bit jelly of her. So he decides to break off the engagement. Oh no, in hopes that he could heartbreak her to the point where she will not focus on her career. So what happens is Cameron Diaz ends up going to Vegas to party the night away and forget about everything. Well, she meets a man who has never been in his prime, who's never taken any job seriously, Ashton Kutcher, and they hook up. Well, they're different. They're from two different worlds, but they have a one-night stand, and it's mind-blowing. But after that, they decide to break up, and as they're breaking up, they decide to say, hey, let's play a game of the lottery. Ching-ching. And guess what? Ashton Kutcher, using the coin from Cameron Diaz, wins the lottery. $3 million. The night before, something happened which makes this fortune complicated. Well, Ashton Kutcher got married to Cameron Diaz. It's Vegas, baby. You can do whatever you want, baby. As a way to punish them, God put them under a spell where they fall in love and get married. So they got married in Vegas. Do you take this filthy loser to be your husband? I do. Do you take this stuck-up bitch to be your condescending wife that will criticize you for everything? Yeah, I love her. So they're married, and that means they have to split the $3 million. But suddenly they start to hate each other. They loathe each other. They can't stand each other. Well, a spell was placed on them to be repulsed by each other, you know. And what happens is the judge tells them, I'm not going to split this $3 million unless you decide to stay married for a period of 6 months and show that you love each other, because I know the institution of marriage is being ruined by people like you. So guess what? Now what they have to do is they have to live together for 6 months in a broken down, disgusting Ashton Kutcher apartment. Oh my God, how are they gonna survive this? It's hell on earth for Cameron Diaz, and so is it for Ashton Kutcher. They start a war, not just of words, but of actions. They start bullying and teasing each other until one gets satisfaction from breaking the other's heart. The truth is, Cameron Diaz broke Ashton Kutcher's heart when they were younger, and now that they are older, he wants to get her back because he's still heartbroken, man. They can't stand each other, but maybe this is what God meant for them. He wants them to fall deeper and deeper in love. In the end, they start to fall for each other. One thing goes wrong, but then they make up for it and finally decide to split the money and become hubby and wifey. What Happens in Vegas is a slapstick comedy, romantic comedy. It's not for everyone. It's one of the type of films that you'd watch sort of like There's Something About Mary, full of energy and disgusting sex jokes. Well, I love it. It was part of the Horrible Bosses revolution. You know, before Hangover came out, before Horrible Bosses came out, this was the type of film that we used to love to watch in the mid-2000s. Wow, amazing.
We are not having sex ever.
Ever.
Now, that felt like a real married couple.
Hi.
There is a hot girl party going on in my living room.
Dude, it's a trap.
No, this happens.
No, it doesn't happen.
The institution of marriage might leave us both institutionalized, cause we both was bonkers as Willy Wonka. Oh my God. I don't believe it. No, this is horrible. What happens in Vegas? You gotta work it out. This is your punishment for trying to have a one-night stand. You can't stand him. She can't stand you. She stood you up, dude. Are you gonna forgive her? But it all works out in the end. They forgive each other and love one another. I'm in love with Cameron Diaz. Oh my God, that movies are amazing. I also got an Oscar. Calm down, Brandon. We get into that.
Meet Brandon Fraser, a Hollywood actor who has become renowned as one of the biggest, best superstars of the 1990s. This is a man who started his career with very small roles before he landed one of the biggest gigs of his life alongside Adam Sandler in a movie that many of you may not even remember. He went on to become a star in the 90s, and in 1997 he landed himself in a role which was quite good. George of the Jungle was the name of the movie, and it did very well at the box office. He then went on to star in the movie that would forever define his legacy, The Mummy, in 1999. It scared people, it made us laugh, it made us cry, it thrilled us, and it also gave us a great movie to mark Brendan Fraser's legacy. The success of The Mummy led to The Mummy Returns. In The Mummy Returns, we saw Dwayne Johnson make his appearance for the first time in a major blockbuster where he played the Scorpion King. The legacy of The Mummy propelled Brendan Fraser into a frenzy where he was getting some of the biggest movies in Hollywood. And according to him, he wanted to be the biggest, baddest action superstar in Hollywood. He later landed on other roles like Dazzled and other cartoon type comedy movies where he would play a comical character. In his time in Hollywood, at the top of his game, Brendan Fraser was an absolute winner until fatigue struck him and he wasn't able to make movies anymore. It was then revealed that due to the injuries he sustained in the multiple movies he made, he was not able to make movies for 7 years. In that 7-year period, he suffered a lot of depression and he also had to overcome some very difficult times. In an appeal to make a comeback to Hollywood, Brendan Fraser discovered things were not as easy as they were before. Before he was in a torn, very ripped shape. But now he had gained so much weight, so he wasn't able to get the action roles that he used to get. This led him to further worry and sadness, as nobody would pick him up to star in a major movie. For a long time, his career seemed to go underneath the bed, and the rise of other stars like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jason Statham overshadowed the praise that Brendan Fraser had once received. On came the year 2022, and out of the blue, we have a man who for a long time stepped out of Hollywood to go and raise his family. He suffered from depression, he lost his mom, he had to face some of his own personal battles, but he returned. Brendan Fraser returned with the movie The Well, and this time it's a drama, not an action movie. The movie was met with great critical acclaim. In fact, it has been reported that when it was screened at the Cannes Film Festival, people gave it a round of applause, a standing ovation, and it also led Brendan Fraser to cry. The story of Brendan Fraser is one that a lot of us know, the story of a person who rises to the top of the food chain only to fall down and hit rock bottom. But one thing that stands out about Brendan Fraser, aside from the fact that he is an all-round loving human being, is the fact that despite all the troubles that he faced, he was able to fight back and get back in the game doing what he loves the most, which is making movies. Thank you, Brendan Fraser, for playing a big role in our lives, and we hope to see you in more amazing movies to come.
I don't like this. This isn't a good idea.
I'm sorry.
You say you're sorry one more time, I will shove a knife right into you. I swear to God.
Go ahead. What's it gonna do? My internal organs are 2 feet in at least.
Why do you suddenly need to see her so bad? Why now?
Liz, I'm worried that she's forgotten what an amazing person she is. I need to know that she's gonna have a decent life where she cares about people and that she's gonna be okay. I need to know that I have done one thing right with my life.
The Well is arguably Brendan Fraser's greatest film. It is about a struggling man on the verge of collapse. He is obese, and like the title of the film, looks like a well. He can't even get up from his seat. He's a professor who is always teaching literature, but he never lets his students know exactly what he looks like because he's freaking out. The truth is, he faces many insults from the people who don't like him, the in crowd, the out crowd. They all cry out loud to say they really hate him. He's trying to connect to his estranged daughter, a spoiled little brat who wants everything from her father, but won't lift a finger to help him up. Well, maybe it's because he's as big as well. Well, he's the kindest, sweetest man in the world, but his daughter treats him like
You say you're sorry one more
his
time, I will shove a knife right into you, I swear to God.
What's it gonna do? My internal organs are 2
addictions
feet
to
in at least.
drugs and prescription pills to fill the void of losing a man who is too much of a superhero. In the film, Brendan Fraser is a broken man who is heartbroken by the fact that his boyfriend passed on.
That she's gonna have
What
a
a
decent life.
This film
Where she
is
cares about
a
people.
metaphor,
And that she's gonna be okay.
and also based on the life of Charles Dickens. Remember Moby Dick?
I need to know that I have done
The one
what
about a
is
sailor
right with my
and how
life.
he wanted to sail the seas and find the biggest whale in the land. He wanted to get it so that he can become a grand prize winner of the Running Man and prove that he is the true magician who can find the biggest fish in the land. Well, the story of Moby Dick is a real story. It did actually happen in the past. A lot of sailors would sail the boats, row, row, row your boat gently down the sea, and try to search for the biggest fish and hope to win a grand prize. Well, this film mirrors the story of Moby Dick.
Who would want me to be
In the film, we see Brendan Fraser be literally the whale that everybody is trying to kill. Everybody wants to destroy this obese man and then get the prize from the Illuminati, because the Illuminati have put a heavy price on him, and they say he's one of the greatest literature writers of all time. And if you can destroy him, if you can kill him, then you will get the bounty. One of the people is his daughter, which has been trying to kill his confidence and everything.
At least.
Sorry, Moby Dick is not gonna die.
Why do you suddenly need to
Moby
see her so
Dick
bad?
is
Why
not
now?
gonna die. The true life story of Charles Dickens in the world. He is the world. He used to overeat. He became obese just to elude his enemies. After that, he faked his death and started a new life as a writer, writing away. Now he's one of the greatest ever writers of our time, of all times. The Well is a very dysfunctional film, not for everyone. If you don't like seeing people who are broken, who are beaten up, you will not stand this film. It's hard to watch, but it's brilliant. And for it, Brendan Fraser gained an Academy Award. I love it. Bravo, Brendan Fraser.